And I said to him, what are you going to show me? Where's your gun? Ah, he says, shucks. At 7 o'clock in the morning, we saw, well, slightly before that, we saw. So we arrive near to Omaha Beach, and suddenly, as I'm looking at this idyll, all the things happening, ships everywhere, motorboats, big ones, little ones, landing craft, cruisers, destroyers, battleships, all. And someone said, well, what was the problem when you got there? I said, our shipping. It was a bloody dangerous place, as proved later. And so we come down, and we are getting close to Omaha. Then suddenly, not far from where I'm standing, there's a great ooh. Up goes a great plume, which you've probably seen pictures of, and there was the mine, an oyster mine. It was a nasty little thing lying on the bed, and they responded to the sound of the propellers of a ship. Didn't hit us, hit the American.
Talk to people. We ask all sorts of questions because they're things we want to know.
Yep.
What, Donald, do you want me?
So here we are, the Susan B. Anthony, shortly after being mined at Omaha Beach. Nobody knew what was happening. So down come the scrambling nets. We were trying at that point to try and tug her into shallow water where we could get the men off. Didn't work. She was listing towards us, and it was still quite rough. We were smashing against the side of the ship, bang, and then another ship, the one that took this photograph, HMS Rupert, came alongside us and smashed us, so bang, 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 bang. Going along, and we had to go back eventually and be repaired, but that's another bit. So I'm down there, I just come off watch, as I said, and I'm then helping the 5th General, I think he was, in the Allied invasion, General Williams. And I helped him down the scrambling nets and directed him to the bridge, which is over here. And he was, I said, I'll show you where the skipper is, and so on and so forth. So we are getting lots and lots of American soldiers aboard. In just short of 3,000 were saved. And it is in the Guinness Book of Records without one being killed. That is a wonderful achievement. So I've seen a homing mine go that we and the Pinto will come alongside and try and guide the Susan B. Anthony. I have a duty to preserve that story, the memory, and let us live on, because we have, lest we forget, we will not forget. Sprung. Previously, on D-Day, I raised the standard. They play the anthems of the participating countries in the invasion, and I raised the standard of the British. And I would like to go to the museum and see some of the things there. Hitchcock medal. This is the. It's got covered up a bit. It's a period in time, 75 years after an event which there are so few to remember. We who remain remember those friends who've shared a life. And when we're gone, that memory will die. We become historical archives. And I've got a list of all the sailors who died aboard our ships of this American-built destroyer escort type. And I know that the American counterparts lost about the same number in the Pacific.
Do you really think anyone will ever forget you, Donald?
Yes. When you get ashore, get a gun from the first wave that went in. Jeeps, they've got the lot. And I looked at this bloody great bloke and I said, who the hell's been pulling your spar, mate? I'm here, and all the people here now, to pay a tribute to what was an exciting, tremendous operation. You can't imagine the feelings within people who took part from our angle, sailing into the unknown. It affected them. Our counterparts over in America, Nessa, and it's emotional.